What's been happening on health and safety fines? Well, many will realise that since 2016, the Sentencing Council introduced new guidelines for courts, which had a radical effect on increasing fines for health and safety offences for corporate organisations. And the overall fines have gone up 18% in the last year, and the average fine has increased by 34%. And many organisations don't realise how vulnerable they are to these sort of incredibly high penalties. You don't need to be operating a high-risk organisation. You don't need even to have a serious incident. All you need is to have a situation where you're shown putting people at risk. So, for example, your Legionella controls are not right and it has the potential for killing people. And the fine levels are, for large organisations, are now incredibly substantial. So we're talking about fines in the range of 2.4 to 10 million for serious health and safety offences for larger organisations, with a starting point of 4 million. And for corporate manslaughter offences, we're talking about a range which runs up to 20 million, with a starting point of 7.6 million. And we're starting to see now, coming through the courts, really significant fines, like the care organisation that had a Legionella incident that was fined £3 million. Recently, a cargo company operating a rail yard had lots of warnings about this rail yard being insecure, about child trespassers coming to the rail yard. It had even been featured in a risk assessment of their need to secure it, and they hadn't taken the right action. And two boys, 11 and 13, came into the rail yard. They climbed on some rail tracks. One of them made contact with a 25,000 volt cable, horrific injuries. His friend was burnt as well. Following the incident, the company was fined £2.7 million with £188,000 costs. And of course, there would be a large compensation claim behind that as well, which would be insured. But many directors don't realise that the fine will not be insured. You cannot insure for a criminal fine. So that would be a direct hit on the company, despite in addition to all the bad publicity and this being on the conscience of the directors for many years to come. And it really emphasises the importance of organisations being robust, taking advice, following through that advice, and avoiding those sort of tragedies.